Hey. What are you? 16? 17?
Frightened, the girl quickly found her father after using the restroom. Lucy hurriedly urged him to leave the place at once. Her father sensed that something was wrong with her, but Lucy refused to explain why. With no other choice, he took Lucy back toward the campsite. As they were leaving, the man stared at Lucy with ill intentions. After the two of them walked away, the man immediately contacted his accomplice at the campsite. Soon the two men arrived at the camping spot marked on the map. The desolate forest path did not raise any suspicion for the father and daughter. They even thought they had found a scenic place to settle down. After setting up the tent, they prepared to gather dry branches to start a fire. But they noticed something moving in the forest. Jack didn't pay much attention at first, assuming it was just wild animals. However, the surrounding noises grew louder and more frequent. Jack soon realized that more than one person was hiding and following them. He signaled that he didn't want any trouble. He told Lucy not to look back and to run toward the car. But when they reached the campsite, they saw their vehicle being driven away. As Jack rushed forward to chase it, Lucy was grabbed by two other men who tried to take her by force. As a retired Special Forces soldier, Jack quickly knocked several of them down, and then grabbed Lucy and ran back into the forest to hide.
Stop! Don't want to hurt the girl.
It became clear that Lucy was their target. There were even more accomplices hiding in the forest. Jack led Lucy into the hollow at the base of a large tree. Lucy accidentally noticed a decaying skeleton nearby. Her father quickly covered her mouth to prevent her from making any sound, because several men were searching directly above them. After the men moved away, the father and daughter crawled out and continued fleeing. They eventually found an abandoned railway track in the forest. Having lost their sense of direction, they decided to follow the tracks. Soon they came across a deserted RV. Jack planned to check whether there were any usable supplies inside. He carefully pulled open the door, only to find a fierce hunting dog inside. Startled, they jumped back. At that moment, a man suddenly rushed out and attacked Jack. Lucy seized the opportunity to crawl underneath the vehicle to hide. While Jack was fighting the attacker, Lucy was caught by another man. Outnumbered, Jack struggled fiercely. He managed to knock down several men, but then a large, powerful man appeared. Realizing he couldn't overpower him directly, Jack cleverly used the out-of-control vehicle to strike the man down. He then grabbed Lucy and fled once again. In her panic, Lucy twisted her ankle while running. She broke down emotionally. Jack did his best to comfort her. Since Lucy's ankle was injured, they found a concealed spot near a creek to rest. They safely made it through the night. By the next morning, Lucy's leg had improved enough to continue. She was about to step into the nearby woods to use the restroom, when she suddenly realized in horror that the men had caught up. A group of them were searching the area. Jack anxiously kept his eyes on Lucy's position. Suddenly, one of the men crept up behind Jack to ambush him. Sensing danger, Lucy rushed back to him. Jack quickly took down the attacker. The father and daughter crossed the creek and ran deep into the forest. But they were soon discovered again by others surrounding them. Moments later, they found themselves at the edge of a cliff. There was nowhere left to run. With no other choice, they jumped into the water below. However, before they could climb ashore, they were captured. Lucy watched helplessly as her father was mercilessly thrown back into the water. She struggled and screamed in desperation, but there was nothing she could do. Lucy was taken away. Her cries seemed to echo in Jack's ears. Jack regained consciousness and swam to shore. Following the drag marks left on the ground, he hurried after them. Meanwhile, Lucy had been locked in a room. No matter how loudly she shouted, no one responded. A woman later brought her food and tried to persuade Lucy to stop resisting. She revealed that she too had been forcibly brought there. She had attempted to resist before, but it had been useless. The man entered, holding Lucy's laptop, warning her not to fight anymore. Seizing a chance, Lucy unlocked the door and ran outside. The man calmly instructed the others not to chase her. Confident that she could not escape the island, Lucy ran desperately. After pushing through the forest, she reached an endless stretch of ocean. At the sight of the sea, she collapsed in despair. The man quietly approached her and told her that she would eventually grow to love this place. With nowhere left to go, Lucy had no choice but to submit for now. What she didn't know was that Jack had already located their base. He tied up all the guards left behind and forced them to reveal Lucy's whereabouts. Finally, one of them confessed the truth. The women on this island had been unable to conceive for years, so they abducted young girls to bear the next generation. Upon learning their motive, Jack immediately began setting traps. First, he turned on the indoor gas. Nearby was a refrigerated storage room that could shield him and his daughter from harm. When the man failed to receive updates from his accomplices, he knew something had gone wrong. He brought Lucy with him to confront Jack. Jack warned him to lower his gun, because the gas had been leaking for half an hour. With no choice, the man released Lucy. But secretly he pressed his radio to alert those outside. As a fight broke out inside, men rushed in from outside. Jack pulled Lucy into the cold storage room behind them. Then he ignited the gas. The house exploded instantly. In the end, the father and daughter walked safely out of the refrigerated room. The criminals paid the price for their actions. Not long afterward, Lucy returned to school and resumed her normal life.